Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for another Synergy Pantry pop-up video. I'm Natasha, one of your dietitians, and I have here with me Jack, my 3-year-old son. And today's theme is going to be about kids in the kitchen. What are we making today, Jack? A little bit camera shy. Today we're gonna make what we call bunny pancakes. Do you like bunnies? Yeah. So we're gonna make bunny pancakes today, and it's a recipe from the OHSU Extension website, foodhero.org. It's a great website to find recipes for kid-friendly recipes and how you can incorporate your children into the kitchen. But first, what do we need to do before we start cooking? Wash our hands. Yes, so we're gonna go over to the sink and we're gonna wash our hands, okay? So let's pop on down and bring your stool over. This is probably one of our favorite parts because when there's dishes in here, we like to make a big mess. So let's get your hands wet first.
We're talking here.
We're talking on the video over there. Get your hands wet. Mom will get her hands wet. Pump the soap. And what do you want to count? Do you want to count alligators today or do you want to count pancakes?
How about pancakes?
Okay, 1 pancake, 2 pancakes, 19 pancakes, 20 pancakes. Okay, all done. So let's rinse our hands now. Good job, Jack. Okay. So we have a little wooden kitchen stool here, just a 2-step, which is pretty sturdy for Jack. He's 3 years old. He's pretty stable on a stool, but for little kiddos, I would recommend a kitchen helper stool. So you can find something on Amazon. It almost looks like a cage. It comes up higher. It has a back. It's really good for kids that are under 3 years old that are a little less stable in the kitchen. And Jack had one of those, and he started helping me in the kitchen when he was about 18 months old. He wasn't doing a lot, but he was still up at my level. He was looking at utensils, tasting different foods, and really just observing. So it's a great way to start your kids out in the kitchen. Okay, so bunny pancakes, which on the OHSU Food Hero website is known as carrot pancakes, but we like to call them bunny pancakes because what's inside of them? Carrots. And do bunnies eat carrots?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do carrots come from?
Growing
In the ground. So that's another thing that you can do with your kids in the kitchen is have conversations about where food comes from, where does milk come from, where does butter, where do vegetables come from. It really gets the conversation going about kind of our food system and how they can be encouraged to learn more. So we have most of our ingredients out here, but we're just gonna go down the recipe, and Jack is going to help wherever he can. So at this age, he's 3, he can help with measuring and stirring. He can do some light cutting, and we'll get to that component in a moment. So Jack, we're gonna start with, it says mix oatmeal and buttermilk and set aside. So let's use the green bowl. Can you pick out the green bowl? Thank you.
It's heavy.
And where's the oatmeal?
There.
There, okay.
There it goes.
There's the oatmeal.
There's something in there.
Yes, there is. There's a scooper in there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
So I also like to double this recipe because the recipe by itself only calls for 3 pancakes, and we're a family of 3 and we need more than just 3 pancakes. So we need 1 cup, so we're gonna need 3 of those. So let's count. Was that 1?
Yeah. That was
Okay.
this one.
That was just 1.
No, it was 2.
Now this is 2.
Count 2.
Mm-hmm.
12. Almost.
And what number is that?
3.
3. This recipe calls for buttermilk. I never have buttermilk on hand. Buttermilk is really easy to use by just adding an acid to the milk that you currently have. So I am going to use, there's a couple different options. You can use fresh squeezed lemon.
I want that one.
So you can use fresh squeezed lemon, or you can use vinegar. Vinegar, I think, is a good one that usually everyone has on hand. I just use white vinegar. Apple cider vinegar would probably be fine as well. The proportion is 1 cup of milk to 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Hold on, bud. 1 second. We're gonna pour the milk in here first. Can you pour this milk? It's not too heavy. Okay, pour it all the way in here. All the way. And then we'll add our 1 tablespoon of vinegar. I'm gonna give you a measure.
Okay, dump it in.
That's right, to dump it in.
How about this one?
How about which one? Which one looks good?
How about the big one?
The big one. If we did the big one, our milk would be very, very sour. Let's do this one. This is called 1 tablespoon.
Okay.
Okay. Remember, hold it steady. Okay, and then pour it in the milk. What does it smell like? Does it smell sweet or does it smell sour?
Sour.
Yeah. Talking about the way foods smell or taste, the textures is also a really good way to get them excited.
I'm gonna put it in there.
We will in a minute. So we're gonna I let my buttermilk usually set for a few minutes to actually get kind of curdly. That's a good thing. That's what we want.
Let's get this now.
The flour, okay.
Yeah, the flour.
The flour. So the next component of our recipe is peeling and grating the carrot. Can you help me with that?
I open it up for you.
You'll open it up for me, okay. So we have a couple carrots here. And what do we need to do before we cut them? What do we need to do?
This.
Oh, this, what's this?
Scraper.
A scraper, a peeler. We're gonna wash these veggies first. And Jack, while I'm washing the veggies, why don't you let's take a look at all the ingredients that we have over there.
Huh?
Why don't you look at all the ingredients we have over there? What do we have over there?
That doesn't taste good, Mom.
Okay.
Okay.
So we need about a cup of carrot. I believe it's about 2 of these. So a vegetable like this, a carrot, is very hard. I would not recommend a 3-year-old to be cutting something like this yet. They're going to be more successful at cutting things like soft fruits, cooked vegetables, not a hard carrot. We'll move that little toy out of the way. But Jack has used a peeler or a grater before, so we'll see if he can manage to do a little bit of grating today. Do you remember how this works? So you take your carrot bud and you hold it like this. Look at my hands.
Okay.
And then you got to keep your hand up higher. We're going to do it together and we're going to scrape it. And then we're going to watch all the little pieces come down. So remember, we do this for things like carrots or cheese. You see it coming out? Ooh. So I'd only do this with the assistance of an adult because obviously graters are really sharp and we don't want their little fingers to get close to the edges and cut off some of their skin. We've all taken the tip of our finger off, and we wouldn't want that to happen to our little one.
Can you hear that?
What does that sound like?
A grater.
A grater. And we're going to move your hand up a little higher. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
How's it looking?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to finish up on that one while you be our taste tester. Always encourage kids to taste the foods as we go along because as we cook ourselves, we always want to taste during the process to see how things are going. So why not let your kids do it too? Pieces that come out. So I'm going to take a pause here for a second and we're going to pour our buttermilk, our homemade buttermilk, into our oats so that those can soak a little bit and get soft. So that is what I'll have Jack do. We're going to pour that right into there. And see at the end, it does get a little clumpy. And that's okay. That's kind of what we're going for.
Okay. Can I try?
Not yet. But you can mix it for me.
Okay.
Here you go. How about this one?
How about this one?
Okay. I try to allow your kids to have a little autonomy in the kitchen. If they want to use a utensil that's maybe not most appropriate or they want to do something, you know, if they're not making too much mess or they're not doing anything dangerous, then just let them do it. It's all about having fun in the kitchen. We really want your kiddos to have a good exposure, good experiences, positive.
Mommy, I'll put that in too.
What is that over there? What is this? Sugar. Okay, so that's looking like about a cup. Yeah, you can try that in a moment. So can I see this for a second? The words that we use in our household is Jack gets to take a pass and then mom gets to take a pass. We use that word when we're cooking or when we're trying to brush our teeth. So he can start something, but then I'll do like a final go about it just to make sure that it's, that we're getting the end product that we need. Okay, so we did the carrot and then now we need to add the egg, oil, and milk and vanilla, okay? To the mixture, to this oatmeal mixture. So we're gonna just let that sit another minute. Oh, you know what? And I calculated that wrong. We need a little bit more buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna get that out for you again because we're doubling this recipe. So we want to make sure we're gonna make that buttermilk again. Can you help me pour?
Sure.
Thank you.
I can do it.
You can do it? Okay. And I'll tell you when. Is it coming? Here it comes. Okay. Keep on going. Okay, right there. Perfect.
Wait.
Perfect. And so we'll do a half a tablespoon now of the
For this?
the vinegar. I'll get the vinegar. This right here. This guy.
Okay.
So now we need a half
I can
tablespoon.
open it up.
You can open it?
Okay.
Let's use this one.
Okay.
You can pour it yourself too? Or would you like me to hold this? Or do you want me to do this part and you hold this? Or do you want to pour?
I want to pour.
Okay.
I'll pour it.
This one comes out a little faster. Perfect. So this will not be your first experience with cooking with your 3-year-old in the kitchen. Jack's had quite a bit of exposure cooking with me, so he's quite steady and can follow directions really well. So don't be worried if your kid's gonna go haywire when you first try this. So let's pour this. We'll actually just let that sit inside our other mixture. Can you pour that into here, son?
Sure I can. Well, that's tasty.
So, yeah. Can you pour the milk into this one? I'll hold this off the side for you. Okay. Mm-hmm. It actually curdles pretty quickly. So you want to stir it? Okay, yeah, you stir it.
Then we need that.
We will in a moment. Okay. So now it says we need to add the egg, oil, milk, and vanilla.
Okay.
Okay. So
There's the vanilla.
where is it?
There it is.
Oh, that's the oil. Yeah. What's
There
there it is. Okay.
Let's do this first.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Is it on there kind of
Oh,
tight?
this is a kind of a cup.
It's kind of a what?
A cup.
A cup. Or is it in maybe a bottle?
Maybe it's a bottle.
Maybe it's a bottle. Can you open that bottle or do you need some help?
I do need some help.
Okay, it's on there kind of tight, huh?
That's kind of a little tight.
It is. Okay. Does that help?
Can you do it under there?
Yeah, we're just going to put it in here and then we're going to transfer everything over here. Actually, you know what? No, we'll go opposite.
How about
We'll
this
do it
one?
this way.
How about this one? How about this one? This is a better one.
That's a better one? So this is 1 tablespoon and we need, of our vanilla, we need 1 teaspoon. So we need a little, this one.
Do it under there.
Oh, do it over there, just in case we spill, right? Okay, ooh, that was a little bit much. So we're gonna take a little bit of that away.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Now let's mix that up in there.
We will, yep. And then we need an egg. We need 2 eggs.
Okay, 2 eggs. That's a good idea to do that. Can you do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna do this part.
Okay. Let's cross right in there. 2 eggs.
2 eggs.
Oh.
And then we also, this recipe also calls for just regular milk as well. So I'll go back to regular milk, like this, not buttermilk.
Is that heavy one?
Nope, it's the same one. It's not as heavy.
Okay.
And we need, let's see how much we need, kiddo. Let's measure it first.
Okay, let's measure it.
Okay. We need a half a cup.
Half a cup.
So that is this line. Okay? Keep on going. I'll tell you when to stop. Keep on going. Okay, perfect. Stop.
Now stuff it in.
That's correct. Put it right in there.
Stuff it right in there.
Okay, Jack, and then we're gonna use our whisk. Can you whisk all that up?
How about this?
Now you want to use that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Let's use that one. Another good tip with kids is put your recipes in a protector because they're going to get quite messy. And maybe use bowls that are a little bit larger than you normally would use, just because you won't have as much spillage on the side. So you mixing that well?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna mix it all up. Okay, can you use your hands and put all the carrots in? Oh, that was a good one. And I didn't measure that, I just eyeballed it. A cup, I looked about a cup. If you don't have carrot on hand, another good root vegetable to use is parsnips, because they're sweet.
Oh, mix up.
You'll mix that up? Okay, I'll put the rest of the carrot in then.
You put carrots in there.
We did. That's why we call them bunny pancakes, huh?
Yeah. These are bunny pancakes, right? These are bunny pancakes, right?
That's right. Okay. Now let's set this aside, Jacko, and let's start with the dry ingredients. So you can help me measure the flour and the sugar. And actually, this is a good recipe for kids because the longer that this batter sits, the quicker these pancakes are going to cook up, because that oatmeal is going to soak up that liquid and those carrots are going to get a little soft. How about we do this next? That sounds like a great idea. Okay.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. So, what is this called, Jack? Flour. Flour. So we need 1 cup of flour. So we need the biggest one. Biggest one.
Ooh.
So you want to scoop this together?
So.
Okay. So dip that in there.
This one.
How about this one? We got to keep the ingredients separate first. Big yellow bowl. Tablespoons of sugar.
Okay.
Can you grab that?
So.
So we need the baking powder and the baking soda.
Okay.
That was a little bit difficult. And then we need 1 teaspoon of salt. And that is still our teaspoon. So one of these guys.
Okay.
Remember? Oh yeah, you want to scrape it. Good idea.
Inside.
That'll work too. And then our last item is cinnamon. Level it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to use the wooden spoon to give it a stir?
Oh. That's going to be tasty.
That is going to be tasty. Do you smell the cinnamon?
That smells good, Mom.
It does.
Cinnamon battle.
Mm-hmm. So 3-year-olds are really good at doing any sort of like stirring, measuring, as you can see, identifying different ingredients or spoons versus measuring cups, sorting. Yeah, so as long as you get them into the kitchen pretty early, they'll start feeling more confident. So don't get frustrated with your kids if they're not quite as advanced as Jack here. You just have to keep them in the kitchen, have patience, like I said, keep it positive, and they will grow more comfortable in the kitchen. Okay, Jack, so the last thing that we have to do is we have to pour this into here.
Oh, Oh, that's cool.
Did we get it all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's mix that up.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. It's really hard.
Pancakes are a really fun one because you can do quite a bit of modifications. Like, I brought that out to show that you could add a little bit of coconut to it. You could also add a little bit of like chocolate to it if you wanted.
Can I try one of those?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of chocolate chips if you wanted to. Pancakes are one of those recipes that are very familiar with children. So if you have a hesitant eater or maybe a selective or a picky eater, it's a great base to start by adding building upon other things. So not necessarily, we're not sneaking in these vegetables. Jack's very well aware that there's carrots in here, but he's very familiar with pancakes. So he would be more apt to try a pancake that had a carrot in them because he was already comfortable with the concept or idea of pancakes. So sometimes you can add chocolate chips to it or coconut flakes.
Can I put them?
Okay, put 1 or 2 in there. So Jack's gonna help cut this kiwi, and I've done the more difficult cutting. I cut the ends off and I've de-peeled it already. And then Jack is going to cut this kiwi. Now kiwi is a really soft fruit, but it's quite slippery. So we actually like to use a fork to help get it more stabilized. And Jack, you're usually right-handed, so we're gonna switch you.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll put our fork down here. And then can you show us how you can cut that?
So.
And you can also get behind them to support them a little bit. Like I said, it's quite slippery, so we'll just use the fork and then we'll move the fork. Hold on, kiddo. And then go this way. Yep.
That's tasty.
That is tasty. And then why don't we flip that down and give it a cut? The fork prongs also act as a guide for the knife. And these are special toddler knives or special kid knives. I ordered this set off of Amazon. They came in a set of 3 like this. And they're not super sharp and they're plastic. And they have a nice wide or nice long handle on them so the kiddos can get a good grip on them. So Jack he's only used these knives about 3 times. So he's still working with how to get a little bit comfortable with them. Kids can also do things like bananas. Strawberries are a good one to cut. Even a softer melon could work well. We just experiment with different fruits and vegetables. Cooked vegetables work well. Don't do any sort of hard vegetables like the carrots from earlier. These knives are not going to cut through it. Okay, so we have our bunny pancakes. They're hot off the grill. Jacko, which one would you like?
This one.
This one?
No, that one.
This one. I see this one has some chocolate chips that made it in there. This is probably his favorite part. How is it?
Dad.
Good. Yum. Thanks you guys for joining us today in our pantry pop-up video where we had Jack, my 3-year-old son, helping us, learning a little bit more skills, tips, and tricks about how to incorporate your kids into the kitchen. We hope you join us again, and thanks for watching.